Peace, light, and love. It is your man, J-Pharaoh. It's been a little while. What's up, fam? Peace, light, and love to everyone. Going to get this little candle going. But how have you been? It has literally been 2 months since my last video. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Wealth and riches are in my house. My righteousness endureth forever. Ashe, ashe, ashe. So it's been a little bit of time since my last video. It's been a very introspective time, a very I would say right on time, right on track type of time. How have you been? I'm going to do a read with some tarot, voila, and also with an oracle deck. Ba, 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 ba. So, the oracle deck, for many of us we know, is from Maji Got the Tea, The Chosen Ones 144. And also deck, please check her out at Maji Got the Tea on YouTube and also on her website, www.majistea.com. And then this is a tarot deck based out of New Orleans, made by Sallie and Glassman and Louise Martinez. So I will be using the book as needed for the read. I feel like, it's a tough time for my people, my brothers, and I'm going to keep it funky with you. I really am speaking about my black brothers and sisters. I have much love for God and God's creations. But I feel like at this time, God's really telling me that, Joshua, you have a distinct responsibility as a black man. I feel like my life has distinct purpose because of my people and where we are, in time on this planet right now. So it's been 2 months since I posted a video, and, I kind of get to the points where I'm feeling like, man, what is the, nobody's watching me, even though I do know that God's told me that this is my purpose. I'm meant to be seen. I'm meant to be in forefront for a lot of things. And that can seem like weird for me. And it's not, attention is not something I seek. I really could give a fuck about what people think. Or could not give a fuck what people think, So I'm going to go ahead and just get into the read. I'm going to start with the tarot, and we're going to rock and roll, baby. So let's see what messages are, what is just meant to come out for the collective, ancestors, God, highest divine white light. I ask that you please guide me in giving this message and understanding what it is that you're saying to me, and understand what I am to communicate, and to be in alignment with what is best for me and what is meant for me and what you have for me. And I thank you for this opportunity to grow and this opportunity to connect with people who are good for me and who I am good for. I thank you, God, for what you already done. Ashe. Ashe, ashe. So, let's see, how am I going to do this? Oh, these are not all. Oh, there's only one that's in reverse in the deck. And that's there's a few of them. I'm going to keep the reversals and see what happens. I'm going to keep the reversals and see what happens. Only a few, so if we get a reverse card, it'll be interesting. So let's see here. Been working on my shuffle game, or I need to be working on my shuffle game rather, but don't y'all laugh at me. All right. Hear my grandma in my head say, "Do your thing, baby. Do your thing, baby. Go ahead. Worry about how you shuffle them cards. Go ahead and do your thing, baby. That's right. Read them cards. That's right. Go ahead, baby. Shuffle them cards." Hear my grandma right now. All right, Grandma Francie. I'm doing it. I'm doing it, baby. I'm doing it, baby. All right. All right. My mom said you should have been doing more readings, and you'd be able to shuffle them cards a little bit better. Okay, let's see what's this stuff. How many is that? 1, 2, 3. Got 5 cards. I'm just gonna take these 5 that jumped out, and there is a reverse card in it. So let's see. The reverse card is the 2 of Wands. This is so this doesn't have like, this deck doesn't have like exact matches to the Rider-Waite type of deck where you have like your set of wands, swords, pentacles, and cups. Doesn't quite operate the same way, but it does still have those elements. It's got fire, water, earth, and air element cards. Wow, it's not a lot of reversals, and out of these 5 cards, we have 2 reversals. So, next card out is the Page of Wands. Okay. Then we have in reverse the 2 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles in reverse. We got the Moon card. But just in this card, it's called Magic Mirror. Magic Mirror. So I didn't show you all the cards. I'm going to show you the cards. Then we got the 4 of air. So that would be swords. Yeah. So you got the air element and 4. All right. Bum, bum, bum. As many people know, I am learning tarot, and I started my channel consistently about 2 years ago. Wow. So, and I usually do like oracle decks, but I'm using tarot today. I need to do more and get more tarot decks. But anyways, let's get into it, shall we? Let's get into it. I've been feeling like my personality sometimes do not be like YouTube video personality. Like, I can be very outgoing, but sometimes I be like, is people really gonna sit there and listen to me? Apparently so, because God keep telling me, man. So, I'm just gonna listen. I'm just gonna listen to what God said to do. Shout out to all the people who know me and have tracked down my page and are watching me, who like know me in real life. Not like real life, but know me in like my day-to-day life. If you're, whatever your intention, I will let you know that you don't want to basically fuck with me. Because you will regret it. And I don't mean to say that to be negative to anyone. Yeah, I'm just kind of letting people know. Letting them know what hole they trying to get down into, baby. Letting you know what's down that rabbit hole. That sounds a little... Anyways. We've got... all right. So the 2 of Wands. And this card is in reverse. So the upright, it means influence. Individual will focus in such a way as to bring change upon another for good or ill. So this card is really focusing in on influence and how an individual can bring good or bad into someone. And what I'm getting from this is we are entering into a time where those who used to have a certain type of influence on us are no longer in that same position to do that. A common thing right now is a lot of times people are getting messages from God, that I've been hearing from in the collective, saying that, come out from amongst certain people. You got to let go of certain things because the influence that people were having on us, we had to. So I do believe that this is a time where we need to accept that things that are not meant for us are being removed from our lives. So they will not yield the same, similar, or maybe even any influence upon us. So that might be our place of employment. This might be people who you call family. This may be a lover, a friend. Whoo! I had a friend. My best friend that I met in 2010, and she has been my best friend up until. I'm not saying she's not a friend of mine, but it's different. But basically, she told me that she cannot support me. She's very religious in her organized religion, and I so support her. I so understand from my time in having a religious walk. I was raised Baptist, by somebody who was evil, but would pose as a religious figure. And many of us have had experiences as such, where these people in the church are actually practitioners of dark things. And that's what it is. Now, not everybody's ready to hear that or know that, but hey. So 6:06 on the clock. It's 6:06 right now. Maybe that means something for somebody. Hey, if you like, post the meaning down in the comment section. I was talking about my friend who we've had a very beautiful friendship, and but in my videos on YouTube, she will not watch them, and she's communicated to me. I've done readings for her and told her things like, actually, was very deck. She was, getting involved with the man who was very unhealthy. And this man who was, I looked at this man, I said, this is some type of, a vampire, energetic vampire. There's some type of dark figure. And I was like, this person has bad intentions for you. I was telling her, this person does not have good intentions for you. This person is not who you think it is. I don't know what they're practicing, but they practice some type of craft. I was trying to tell her that I could see it clearly, but because she doesn't believe in these in spirituality, and that there are people who are practitioners of magical crafts, she would not believe me. She ended up wishing she believed me, which is really unfortunate because he was really toxic for her. And I told her this from the first time my eyes laid onto his picture, and I actually told her that I had a bad feeling about him before I even saw him. And then I start telling her about him before she told me anything about him. And then I saw him, and I said, Felicia, I was trying to say her name. Fuck. But hey, it's okay. So I told my friend that this person is some type of practitioner of occult stuff, whether you believe me or not, and he's not a good being for you to let into your life. And she found out why. And her father came through, and in this deck, there's a card that looks just like her father who had passed away. And I told her that her card came out. First of all, I told her before the card came out that her father was communicating to me, and that her father had come to me and told me to tell her to leave that man alone. Then I did the reading, and the card came out that looked so much like her father. No other, and these cards don't look like, you see anything look like a black man? Okay. No, these cards look like a black man. There are a lot of different cards in here. But it was a black man who looked very similar to her father. And that card came out. And I was there after I told her that her dad was coming to me with a message to give to her. But now that influence of their relationship has changed because she's no longer in my life in that way. Okay, moving on. Moving on. We now have the Page of Wands, Petrol cards, Fire card. Let's see what this is referring to. Um. Okay. This card means natural force, strength, and energy are available for use. If the reading indicates opposition by this card, the questioner may expect to meet with strong antagonism. Get out. Um, Natural force, strength, and energy are available for use. Opposition, strong antagonism. I'll tell you something. My natural strength, the power of my energy, especially, this goes for all of us. How do many beings react to our force, our energy, our presence? Antagonism. They go against it. They are in opposition to our light, to our strength. Um, and this is something that I tell you I'm facing in a lot of different environments, and this is something that's commonplace. I made many videos talking about this, and many of us chosen ones have this awareness. We have gotten these messages time and time again, right? But I would tell you that there has been a shift in the energy where it can be very scary because it's powerful and strong as we already knew we were. I mean, we were always more powerful and stronger than we really could comprehend with our human brains. But lately, in this shift, um, it is something that is magnificent. The way that how we influence spaces without even being there. How people react to us who can't even see us. The way people treat us as if they know us and we're famous to be stalked or something, and they don't even know who we are. It's not something I'm saying for ego or what have you. I promise you. Many people who may not have this type of experience, if they had it, they would not want it. Many people who think they want this energy where people treat you like you're famous and people treat you like you stand out everywhere you go and you have this power over people. You influence people even when you don't want to in ways that you can't stop. People think that they want that. And I would promise many people that they really do not. It's not an easy blessing. It's very heavy. I'm getting from here, our natural force, our natural strength, and our natural energy that is so ample, so abundant. It is being met with opposition in many spaces. I can tell you that in my work environment, especially right now, people are, treat me with antagonism for simply my strength. Without being disrespectful, without being anything negative. People treat me with such bitch assness. They act like straight up bitches for no good reason. You can treat them respectfully. You can try to do everything right. And it will not matter because your light irritates their demons. Your strength is too strong. Your beauty is too beautiful. Your intelligence is too intelligent. Your sauce tastes too good. So they turn into these little pathetic bitches and go against you. Does it work? Hell no. Does it ever? As chosen ones, we know this shit doesn't work. Now, we still may feel it, in the sense of, God teaches us and shows us and grooms us. I can't believe it's been 20 minutes and 33 seconds already. I feel like I've been talking for like 5 minutes. Wow. Let's move along, shall we? I hope this is making some type of sense for people. Because, I'm sorry, I don't feel like I'd be that entertaining. And I'd be like, Joshua, be a little bit more, talk with enthusiasm or something. And I'd be like, inside I'm like, I don't feel like doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do the reading, I'm going to talk, but, I'm kind of, right now in my life, really, it's kind of like, for many people, I'm just like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck people. You know what I'm saying? You get tired of trying. You get tired of these opinions and judgment. And people feel so fucking entitled. And they think that they know you. And have no fucking clue. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's get to it. In reverse, we've got Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles in reverse. I'm hoping you get where I'm coming from, and I don't mean anything negative. I was kind of, calling what it is. Ooh. So this card means change. Change, especially that brings stability to a situation or relationship. So in reverse, what it's going to mean? The opposite. So it's maybe this could be like a Tower card equivalent, maybe not Tower, but what I'm thinking of is if upright, it means stability in that situation or relationship, then that means instability in that situation or relationship. Change. If this means change, then this means things are not changing. So things are not changing and they're not being stable. I feel like this card maybe should be upright. Now, I don't want you to watch this and be like, oh man, this man don't know how to read them cards, talking about flipping the cards upside down, downside up. It's for, look, as they say, entertainment purposes only. I really think I'm going to take this card upright because it feels right to look at it upright. And I do believe that but I think that why it may have the significance of it being reversed for me to change it upside down, upside right, whatever, is being that we are finding ourselves in a place. Okay, if you don't like the truth, what do? Change it. If things are not where you want it to be, you work and you get them to be where you want it to be. So you feel like you're in a place where you're not experiencing the change and transformation that you're seeking, then what do? We make that happen. The God is telling us that, woo! This is a powerful thing I just heard. For my brothers out here, if you want a family, you want children, and you sleep with men, you have to do what it takes to go from having sex that does not yield a child to having sex that produces a child. Now that's intense. I'm gonna keep it funky. That message came through. Now, take it how it resonates. Don't be trying to be all up in my business either. But it's saying, well, that's what I heard. You gotta do what you gotta do to make it happen. So if you're in a place where you don't have change, you got to put that work in, find that way to shift that into change. If you're in a position where things are not stable for you and you're just uncomfortable, then you have to put in what it requires to get it stable. For my brothers, if you are seeking, I heard that you were seeking something that only a woman can give you, then you're going to have to do what you got to do to get that from what a woman who is the only person who can give it to you. Don't be afraid of that. Don't be confident in yourself. I'm just going to keep it funky with you. A lot of times, tarot, this shit gets, it can get real. Of course it gets real. And I heard that. And I'm gonna be honest and communicate it. And that's deep. That's deep. Okay. So, Moon card is next. Moon card. And that's not giving any judgment to people in their sexual orientations. I'm just saying what I just said. All right. The moon. What number is that? Okay. This card, which I find to be a pretty cool card. Look at it. It's called Magic Mirror. This Magic Mirror card, the meaning is magic, sorcery, occult power, deception. Now, a lot of times, like Rider-Waite decks, you hear the moons indicating something being hidden. A lot of times, also magic, and this is also saying so. This is like a card indicating magic and sorcery, occult power, deception. So, what I'm definitely hearing is indication to confirm or highlight our magical beingness, our sorcery, our purpose and role as magicians and sorcerers, and for that to not be underestimated, for that to be confirmed and embraced, and for us to be confident in that. You know, a lot of times people are going to meet us with antagonism when we identify as a magician, as a sorcerer. A lot of times that's going to be met with what? Fear. It's going to be met with resistance, because the mass population, the masses of the population, the mass majority of the population have been conditioned to resist magical teachings. Anything outside of the organized religion, which is completely a what? Control system. A method of controlling people. When you know, you know. And I don't mean to say that to upset people. You know, there was a time, you know, with me where I couldn't, you would have told me a time in my life that I would be reading tarot cards and doing occult discussions. I would have thrown some holy water on you and prayed you out of my eyesight. You know, but you know, this is what God had to show me. God had to put me through this very rigorous and tumultuous and painful experience of realizing that there's something very different about me than, you know, and then what I was taught and being raised in a Baptist church. But the whole time, mind you, I was raised by a practitioner of dark magic. Now, this person took on positions within the Baptist church. And that's the truth. And I don't say that for people to believe me or be convinced by it. I'm saying it because it's the truth. And I don't give a fuck what people think. So this card is indicating magic, sorcery. Perhaps how we... Oh, yes, God. Okay. Yes, God. One big thing that I've been getting messages that I've been being told, makes me a little excited, is that Yes, it's connecting. It's connecting. Okay, so in my life, I myself where I have there's not change that I'm desiring. There's not the stability that I'm desiring. So to create that change, to get things in that flow of transformation, to get things in a place of increased stability, I've been being told that I'm going to have to rely upon my occult powers, that I'm gonna have to actually take myself in and get into my own crafting, to take it seriously, to take my role as a spiritualist, to understand that the power within me is for reason and for purpose, and I must begin to practice and to apply my power to my life and my situations so that I can turn the negatives upside down to positive. So I can take that stagnation and get the transformation. Turn that stagnation into transformation. I'm gonna have to use my power, my sorcery, my magic. Oh, oh man. Hold on. There we go. Brother was talking, baby. Let there be light time. All right. So, God, I'm so grateful for this message because, boom, make him say, nah, 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 nah. God's been saying to turn my stagnation into the desired transformation, to turn my instability into stability. God's been telling me, ancestors been talking. Make them altars, burn them candles. Bro, you can't be lazy. You got to do that work. Get your spiritual bathing. Get your spiritual baths. Mop them floors with your spiritual, do your spiritual mopping. Go to them crossroads and do them rituals. Get them eggs and do your energy cleansing. Do this shit. You know what I'm saying? You feel like, your penis ain't getting no love. No love. You trying to get that joint, make that altar. Make that offering. Burn that candle. You need some ass, you get no ass. Turn that situation around. Make that altar. I'm just keeping it real. I ain't the only one out here who like, man, God, somebody need to fuck me. Like, come on. I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to be disrespectful, but I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say TMI either, but I like to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? So, if you want more or better romance in your life, you want to turn that dry season all the way upside down, get to the altar. If you feel like your finances are not where you want them to be, do that magic. Do that money magic. Do that work. You feel like you need healing in your body, get to doing them healing practices. You need deliverance. Do your magic. That's the message. No offense to anybody if that seemed a lot. You should be grown on this page anyway. All right. 4 Swords. Let's see what we got. And this is going to be the last one of that one. And I'm at 33 minutes, almost 34 minutes. I might just leave this one just as tarot, and then I'll do another one another time with the Oracle deck. Oh my God, look at the back of the deck, spell work. And I was just talking about the moon, magic, sorcery, spell work. Confirmation, I'm gonna do something. 4 of Wands. No, 4 Swords. 4 Swords. Air energy. This card means quiet in the presence of real or implied threat. Trust that matters will turn out for the best. Come on, man. When them bitch ass motherfuckers come into your life, they trying to antagonize. Excuse my language. I don't really want to say excuse my language, but I know sometimes people feel a little offended by certain words. I'm kind of like, I'm going to say what I want to say. If you don't want to hear what I got to say, you've got options. But it says, quiet in the presence of a real or implied threat. Trust that matters will turn out for the best. So things are going to work out for the best. And I'm feeling like I may also be saying there's power in silence. Power in silence. And we don't have to meet bitch assness with bitch assness. So, somebody in your job or your neighborhood or your family is acting like a bitch, you don't have to get on that level. You hold your own grace. You hold yourself with the demeanor of a king or queen of the royalty that you are. That's why they really mad. Because without having to say anything, everyone knows the royalty that you are. While they bending over backwards, trying to do everything they can think of to get attention for people to feel like they are some type of something. And they really just a bitch. You don't have to do anything. And people know you are royal. You dig? So we can be, that's what I've been finding myself doing in the moment. God saying, you see this, you internally desire to retaliate. You want vengeance because people are effing with you, thinking that they're going to get away with it, or thinking that they got some place, or as if you can't stop them. So I think people are effing with me, thinking I can't stop them, or I can't do anything about it. That's where they got me real fucked up. But God tells me, no, Joshua, be still. Trust God. Know that God will bring us to justice. And this is the last card out, saying everything will work out for us. Everything's going to work out. So let's trust God. Know that everything's going to work out. And this is a longer me reading. I'm really surprised that I'm pushing 40 minutes. That is something amazing. I'm also hearing about, us looking much younger than our typical, the people, us looking younger than our ages. People are thinking that, I'm pushing 40. And many people meet me, like I had a 19-year-old recently come up to me thinking I was 19 like them. And that's not the only 19-year-old that's done that. These teenagers come up to me thinking I'm their age. I'm like, I'm pushing 40, bro. So that is coming. That's coming out. So trust that everything is going to be all right. We live in this world where our brightness, our purpose, our destiny, our power is responded to a lot of times in ways where it can tempt us to feel bad about our greatness. Tempt us to feel bad about being smart. Tempt us for feeling sad about being beautiful. Tempt us for feeling, some type of way about being powerful in a way where it makes it hard for us to accept it. And I really believe God's saying, is trust that things are going to all work out for us. I'm really going to do an oracle spread on with a different one. But if you want to see these cards, it's God's ambassador. Your name holds power. And you will regret messing with the chosen one. So them bitch ass pussies. No, I'm sorry. Not to be offensive to women. Talking about genitalia being a negative thing. I think calling somebody a pussy should be a compliment. But you will regret messing with the chosen one. These haters are going to regret fucking with us. Don't feel like you gotta take it upon yourself to have to get these motherfuckers back. Justice is coming. Just be silent. Sit back and watch them burn. Watch them burn. I didn't say set them on fire. Control yourself. I know we chosen, but people get it messed up. The last thing you want to fuck with is an angel. If you're going to be scared of a demon, your ass ought to be terrified of an angel. You know what I'm saying? Not the ones to F with. Our names hold power, and we are God's ambassadors. And I always see this card as God's assassin. I love that. When you fuck around with God's assassin, you gonna regret it. Let me not get too hyped. That's the message, y'all. 40 minutes in. It's been 2 months since the last video. I hope everybody's been blessed. God, I pray this message was what it was supposed to be. I pray that people receive it as it's supposed to receive it, God, as you designed for this moment. I thank you, God, for this opportunity. Thank you for my purpose. You all have a beautiful day, night, what have you. And until next time, I'm your man, J-Pharaoh.